post. You like that?
I like how we started talking about all the editing and stuff. We're gonna be talking about it a bunch. I had to shut it down.
Why?
Because we need to talk about what she's an expert at.
She's an expert at that.
Well, known for.
She likes doing that stuff. Lily Kate.
Ow.
Lily Kate, man. She's 20 years old. And she's already talking at the Blaze. You know what the Blaze is, right?
No.
Let me verify this before I stick my foot in my mouth. But before I look, the Blaze,
You're going to tell me what you know before you look it up.
I think, is owned by Ben Shapiro. Wait.
Maybe just look it up.
No. Well, I wanted to
see if you're right first.
No, I wanted to just tell you my guess.
Fake news.
Who owns the Blaze? It's somebody, because that the Fox News reporter, the blonde chick, Tommy Lahren. You don't know who she is?
Mm-mm. I'm looking at your shirt.
Why?
You remember when girls would wear the shirt and they had big boobs? They'd get that little stretching from boob to boob. Look the stretching right here. Like right here. You have the stretching.
Oh, man, what do you want me to do, dude?
You got a big chest.
Yeah, that's like it's Glenn Beck.
I don't know.
Glenn Beck. Yeah, he's a Fox News reporter.
So she's been on the news?
No, it's the Blaze. I'm sure she's done Fox News stuff, but the Blaze is another news outlet. You know what I mean? That's part of. It's not as big, but it's.
So it's like Fox. So it's Fox News and there's Blaze.
It's owned by a person that is on Fox. Glenn Beck. I think he does radio too.
What else?
I don't know, but she's been on that though. So she's 20 years old. She's done all that shit already. And
when she said her age, I knew she's going to be young, but I didn't know she's going to be just turned 20.
And she's speaking at those events with all those doctors, the COVID-19 vaccine mandate events and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own podcast. Gets a lot more listens than this one.
From Cali.
No, she's from Texas, but she started a YouTube channel, her and her sister, and that kind of took off. But I don't know. Oh, Jon, you tired or what?
A little bit.
Hungover a little bit?
Yeah.
We gave the kids the sex talk.
The little babies?
Yeah, we gave Lino and me. No.
I think it's time, huh?
No, Candace and Tyler.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was weird.
Started taking notes?
Did you ever get the sex talk?
I don't think so.
What is a joke? Who is the comedian?
Dunno Jeff.
Not Jeff Dunham.
Invol.
Bill Engvall. Bill Engvall.
Yeah.
I forget how he does his impression or how he talks, but I think it's got a little redneck, right? He's
a little bit.
Well, son, we're going to tell you about the birds and the bees. And then he's like, 15 minutes later, I'm sitting there with the pen and notepads asking, you can do that? All you have to do is ask. That's how it goes. That's funny.
That's a genius joke.
That's a really good joke.
It probably would happen nowadays.
They know everything.
TikTok dudes,
they know everything.
It's mass upload.
Did you ever get the sex talk as a kid?
Mm-mm.
I never got it either. We're trying to take the opposite approach. Not like everything, but the opposite approach. Be more open and not trying to hide or block things, because then I feel like it goes completely the opposite way if you do that. Kind of like I did. Like I went, oh, you're not going to tell me? Well, I'm going to go fucking do it then.
I'm going to find out.
I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go do it all, baby.
So you think...
And I want them to be able to talk to me about stuff. Not saying my parents didn't want me to talk to them about stuff. They probably did. But they're not. I want to make them know that they can talk to me about stuff. Like, hey, I'll be mad if you don't tell me. I'll be less mad if you just tell me. We can talk about it openly.
Yeah,
you know
I think that's probably the better way out of the two.
Well, I'm a better parent than my parents.
Should call them right now and tell them.
I tell my mom that all the time.
Well, because one way, not always. Oh, a lot of the times, like when they get older, if they're not exposed to it early on, they'll go off, on a rampage.
Yeah.
But also just to go against the grain in high school, or like earlier, they might do it just to go against what you're not told. But also, maybe they're gonna feel comfortable enough to do it earlier because there's a kind of like support with you talking to them so early. So
It go either way.
it can
Right?
go either way. But I feel like the lesser evil is the way you did it.
Did you feel comfortable talking to your mom about stuff like sex stuff or anything like that?
No, but it was like 0 to 100. I think, and it was when I was like 18. I just started.
Well, at least you waited till you're 18. That's good.
Yeah, I kind of didn't cuss for a long time.
Yeah.
In front of my parents, and it wasn't a really strict atmosphere, so that was kind of weird too. I never it would slip or something, but now it's just whatever. But is that a thing with you too, or did you cuss when you were like 16?
No, we didn't cuss, but I make up for it now.
When did you start cussing in front of your parents?
Like when I moved out. Pretty much, yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
I feel like back then now, but even now, like maybe it's the wrong approach, but I tell my kids they can cuss in front of me if they feel the need to.
At you?
No.
Because that draws the line, right?
Yeah. I don't want them to, because you're living in a lie if you think your kids don't do it right now. If you literally think that your kids go to school and they're not cussing or they're not talking about some sexual stuff, you're living in a fucking lie.
What do you think about that, though? If they're able to just openly talk about it, it's probably going to slip when they don't need to talk like that. What do you think about that? Like in school, like since they are just openly doing it at home and then when they're not in the class.
No, I think there's a switch, because even Candace and Tyler, they're like, when they do say like an S word, they're like,
an S word.
Oh my God.
They still do it?
Yeah, they still look at me and I'm like, I'm just joking. Like, I want to make sure they understand how to use the word appropriately too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't just say it because it's like cool to say it. Say it right in the right context.
Yeah, like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, like, son of a bitch. You know what I mean? And maybe that's maybe that's wrong, but I don't know. I taken that different approach. So anyway, we had the sex talk with the girls, and it was really funny, man. So now we've done it, and then we had like a revisit like a month later to make it known that we're comfortable talking about this kind of stuff as a family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it was real, it was kind of awkward, kind of the setup of tell me what you know. How is a baby born? Like what, well, the baby grows in the baby. Okay, well, how does it start there? And, Candace is super shy, dude. And she's like blushing and she's not looking at you. And she's like, which they all know, you know what I mean?
They knew everything?
Yeah, they know everything. They
everything?
know everything.
Everything.
Every single thing.
Even the weird stuff?
Even the weird stuff.
Oh, God.
We asked them like,
open-ended though? They said it, or did you say it? And did you say like, do you know about this? And they said yes.
A little bit of.
Or did they say everything?
With Candace, we had to she knew, but we had to well, what do you mean? And she'd be like, I don't know. I don't want to say it. And she'd be blushing. But Tyler, she's more like me. So she's not afraid to. She kind of laughs at it, but she'll say stuff.
They both knew the same amount.
They both knew the same amount.
Well, they probably talked to each other.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, if you have kids and you think your kids don't talk about it, you're living in a damn lie.
Because your daughter's a lot younger than Candace, right?
Well, she's 2 years younger.
So you think Candace knew that stuff 2 years ago? Well, you've been with her
6 years.
Yeah, you've been with her 2 years ago. Do you think? I think she's a little more shelter than your Tyler.
Candace has a little bit more. I'm not going to say structure. I'm going to say a little more rules than than Tyler does.
No.
They have the same amount with me, but Tyler's mom's a little more flamboyant with rules, I guess.
You get in trouble.
I don't care. I don't give a damn, woman. I don't give a damn. Take that to the bank.
Yeah.
No, she knows. She knows. She'll call herself out and she's like, I know, John. I have so much going on.
We need to bring her on again and y'all can duke it out. For real this time.
She has to come back on. Now that we're funny, she said we're funny now.
Oh, we're funnier?
I think it was after the Kenny and Dale podcast, whenever we did those.
Oh, she wants us to edit some shit up, huh?
Yeah, I'm not spending that time.
Yeah.
We're on a podcast. So.
What'd she say?
Thank you. But
can't live with them, can't live without them, huh?
Yeah, the ball and the chain, huh? So, that was fun. Talking to my kids about sex. Because I didn't have anything to reference, from my teachings. My teachings was, you remember when you could watch porn as a kid?
No.
Listen, hear me out.
Those are funny things we need to start doing, where you say something just like that's not true. That's not normal. You're like, you remember when your mom let you stab people every once in a while?
No, but I'm talking about like we didn't have cell phones, right? So kids today, if they want to look up, some shit, they can. If we want to look up porn, we had to watch it like on the channels that were like not viewable. It was like static. You can make out a boob every now and then.
I'm gonna blow your mind. So I think I had 2 channels like that. When I was a young boy.
Yeah.
And I
22.
would record movies off of the TV.
Oh, you're a high tech.
Like, yeah, I guess so. But I would put a VHS in, and I would record like stuff on Disney Channel or like get like a basketball game or something, so that I'll have it and I can watch it. But I recorded one of those channels one time, and it came back in color and with audio.
Color as in color, you saw everything?
Like it wasn't fuzzy.
No way.
Yes. And so after I figured that out.
You did it. So you were able to repeat this?
Yeah. No, if you record it on VHS, it would come back. Because if you were to turn it up, it would go, shh.
Yeah.
And then if you look at it, like you said, you can barely make out anything. But you put it in and record it, and it would come back like a regular channel.
No way.
No lie, dude.
I'm trying to like process.
I don't know how I can't
explain
explain how it works, but it recorded it.
I'm trying to like break down the algorithm here. How did it work?
It doesn't make sense how it worked, but it works, and it worked every time.
Like perfectly clear?
Like a TV would. Like TV wasn't great, right? It's not like TV today.
Right.
TV was grainy and weird, and it had a little I think the VCR was connected to the TV. I think it was a TV, and the VCR was one with it.
Oh, one of those, like a black TV that had everything. It had the white, yellow, and red connection.
Yeah. So that's how it worked.
I didn't know that.
It was off to the races after that.
You could have helped me out back in the day, man.
I didn't have your phone number. I needed your landline.
When you remembered phone numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had to do, but now like they can get on their phone and they can just look at whatever the fuck they want to look up. They don't even have to look at it. They can just go to TikTok and look that shit up. So kids are exposed to a lot more today, and I feel like you have to talk to them about it.
Yeah. I think so. But is that good or bad?
I don't know. Like me and Kelly were talking about it like afterwards. It could go either way, like you were saying. They could take this information or take the confidence that we're instilling in them and go the opposite way that we're trying to do.
I feel like, we talked about that movie or show Euphoria. It's like it pushes the boundaries of like everything, everything you see on movies. Like you watch a movie and there's this one weird thing, and then there's another movie and it pushes the boundaries a little bit. And then there's like a TV show, but this show does everything you possibly think of. It's crazy. So I wonder what the new generation, like, say you get a girlfriend and it's not about like kissing and holding hands anymore. It's like, like, when are we gonna do anal? Like, it's like,
oh my God.
it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the expectations are so high because they know so much now that they're like, we need to get all this stuff done. Rather than like when we were little, you take a girl to the movies, you hold their hand.
Yeah, holding hands was big.
If you're real lucky, you kiss each other.
Yeah,
and then there's no thoughts. I mean, later on there's thoughts about like the other stuff, but now it's extreme. Like, it's not just sex anymore. It's like,
the funny thing is, we know this, right? And that's what we're trying to tell Candace and Tyler. Like, you think we don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing, but we were young. You know what I mean? And looking back at my parents knew the same thing, but I thought they were dumb. I was like, they don't fuck.
Don't you think your parents are dumb sometimes? Like when you were little?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I'm so much smarter than my parents. They have no fucking clue. They wish they were as smart as me. I'm Elon Musk, and they work for me. You know what I mean? They're the janitor, and I'm Elon Musk. And now the roles are reversed, and I'm like, hey, I'm smart. Like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But they think we're dumb.
Well, you can see as you get more wise and more experience, you kind of leave stuff alone. Like, if you're like talking up a tangent or something, like talking about some shit, and then you're like, and they're not really putting a lot, you're like, oh, well, they just, they don't know, but, they probably don't want to fight that fight.
Yeah.
When you get older, you just like, say what you're going to say. I know it's going to change in a couple years.
They're getting into boys, and, I have 2 girls, so it's boys, and Tyler kind of has a boyfriend-ish already.
What do they do?
Well, it's like not, they I don't know, I don't even know if they call it boyfriend. I don't know what they really call it, but it's like
it's
someone she likes.
It's talking to.
Yeah, it's someone she likes. And someone, we know the family, so they're good people. But it's weird when they come up, and I don't get to experience Tyler every day, like during school, because like when Candace comes home on a Monday, it could be like, you never know what happened. It's astronomically different from one day to the next. Like, one day she has a really great day, and then like Wednesday, all their friends are arguing with each other, and it's like, and then she's in a bad mood, and she comes home, doesn't want to talk to anything. But there was this boy that she liked, and this boy liked her, but this boy was dating somebody, or with somebody. I don't know what the right words are, but he had a girlfriend already, right? But he liked her. So we were like, hey, this is not the guy you want to talk. If he's already trying to talk to you, I was that guy. You don't want to be with that guy.
You don't want to be with me.
Yeah. Don't mess around with that. That's bad news.
Yeah.
Right. And of course she didn't listen, and she liked him, and he apparently broke up with her, the other girlfriend. And then when like Candace like ghosted him afterward, like when he's trying to be with her, Candace like, I don't no, you're gross. So it's like teenage drama, man.
A lot of girls though, they flock to that like, I don't know. They don't want the perfect person. They don't want the goody good. They want to get in trouble, especially when they're younger. They want to like they want to go against the grain. Yeah,
I'm not real worried about Candace. Candace has a real, like, she's a methodical thinker. She really thinks before she acts. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Tyler's not so much. Tyler like thinks with her emotions. So just like her fucking mama.
Golly.
No, but you can see the difference in them,
Yeah.
So I'm not real concerned about Candace, because she still asks. Like last night she was, hey, can I have a bagel? I was like, get a bagel. She goes, okay. And I was like, hey, don't ask me anymore. Like, you're old enough where you can get a bagel now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or she's like 3 months ago, she's like, hey, can I go take a shower? It's like, go take a shower. I guess my point is, like, she still asks, her parents' permission for stuff.
Yeah. We're just gonna start going out on dates and be like, I didn't think I had to ask.
No, that's a little different. That's a little different. That's a little
Give Candace a little tricky trick there if she wants to listen.
We can't. We're talking about bagels and showers here.
It's close.
Bagels and showers versus dating.
Equals dates. Everybody knows that. It's basic mathematics.
The other thing too is, did you have people at your house all the time when you were growing up?
Like friends?
Yeah.
No, I had no friends.
You didn't really?
I lived out in the country, so like there was no kids.
Did you go to people's houses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we did the whole thing, like spend the night at people's houses and cousins and stuff like. So yeah, I know the atmosphere of having people over. Yeah,
Candace is one of the people that wants somebody over, and I was that too. I always had friends over, and now
a girlfriend, right?
What do you mean? Me or her?
She wants a boyfriend to come over?
No.
Oh, okay,
no,
keep going.
No. A girl, like friends.
Yeah.
She wants friends over. And I was that person too. I always had a friend over. And now I think back to my days and I feel sorry for my parents.
Yep.
Because I want to walk around in my boxers with no shirt on at 8 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't do that with friends over. I can't be my authentic self in the raw and the flesh, with people over.
Yeah.
It's the struggle.
You're also responsible for them, and then another mouth to feed.
There's another mouth to feed.
I never
more
got
chocolate milk. It's a lot.
I got so upset. I never understood why, like, my mom would not let me have someone stay over or for me to go over to someone else's house. But I never realized the conversations the parents were having with each other, too. Like maybe my mom said no because they didn't want someone over or vice versa. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was always, every weekend I wanted to go somewhere or have someone stay over.
Yeah. Candace is one of those where she wants someone over. Sometimes she has this homeschool friend, and we talk a lot with folks who are homeschooled on the podcast, and they're super smart. I don't know if I told you about this girl. Did I tell you about her?
I don't know.
I want to say her name, but it's our 5 listeners that we got, but she's super smart. There's a genuine difference between Candace and her on vocabulary, communication. There's a difference that you could tell, and I see it with so many homeschooled kids.
Yeah, there's no bullshit in your mom.
Yeah, that's the kind of where it kind of like made me think about having my kids homeschool,
like the pods.
Yeah, those homeschooled pods or whatever.
I would, man, because you get a lot socially, but just like we talk to homeschoolers and they seem to do okay. They end up being like their parents though, because they just talk to adults all day, so they become more mature.
Well, there's that could happen, but if they're around other kids, in the homeschool environment or the home pods or whatever, I think that's good. Because, I saw that too. I saw kids that were only around their grandparents or only around their parents when they were homeschooled, and they act a little weird.
Yeah. Well, it's like the girl we talked to today. It's like she was wise beyond her years. Mm-hmm. She knew way more than I know now, it seems like. And she, just turned 20. It's like, man, just like I used to have a little stepbrother, and he just grows up fast. Hanging out with me.
She also mentioned too, like her homeschool, she was able to concentrate more on
classical.
Well, yeah, classical learning, but she didn't really want to do the STEM, like math, science.
Yeah,
she wanted to do reading and literature and stuff like that, and then it shows.
Yeah,
she's well read and she can talk and speak, and she's doing all these engagements. And
so, what do you think she lacks from not getting the STEM? Problem solving. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's a pretty good problem solver.
Yeah, I
don't know what she could lack. I don't know what she lacks.
She couldn't come to Dow and work and whatever. But
like on paperwork, you can't get certain jobs. But I mean, what do you think you lack by not?
I don't think you lack anything because her strengths. She worked so much on her strengths. You know what I mean?
I thought the whole time I was like, man, she'd kill an interview.
Oh,
could you imagine?
She'd murder it, dude.
Could you imagine?
She'd murder it.
And
it'd be one of those ones where you couldn't write enough on the little block, like the candidate feedback. You couldn't keep up.
And she had her little jokes, like
her facial expressions.
And she'd be like,
"Yeah, well, I'm not a biology person."
Yeah, they were like orchestrated. It was like almost practiced. Like,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes maybe like a little backhanded comment.
Yeah.
But did it with grace.
Yeah.
It's she has an art for speaking.
Yeah. I think all homeschooled students do, to a sense, like back to Candace's friend. But anyway, yeah. So we always have people at our house, and there's the one reason I hate it is because our bedroom faces the kitchen. So there's a door, and there's our bathroom door, and then bathroom door is the shower door. And I have to make sure, if I'm there by myself, I don't care, but I have to like make these conscious, like, hey, keep these doors closed. I need 3 layers of doors here. Make sure they're all closed. And then twins, they'll come in, open the doors, and then, there's no filters there sometimes. Got to be careful.
Lino broke a door the other day.
He broke a handle. Did we tell you that? Yeah, he broke a handle. So he can reach up and grab the door and pull it down, but he's pulled it down so much that he broke the handle off. So we gotta replace that. And they flooded the bottom stairs downstairs.
Golly.
But they're potty trained now, so
yeah. $8,000 later.
Yeah, I actually didn't get mad about it. It was like one of those things where I'm like, this is part of twins, I guess. This is part of kids. It's
a big win, huh?
Yeah. It was one like the rare, like usually I'd freak out about that stuff, but I was like,
I'm trying to think of, so I'm trying to do that more and more often. Like you're in a shitty spot and then take a moment and think, like, is this worth getting upset about?
Yeah.
Man, something happened just the other day. Oh, yeah. I'm starting to fly like really big kites now. They have like a bar. They're called power kites. They're meant for like pulling you on like a board.
Right.
But I did good all day. I was learning this thing and I was able to control it. I was going across roads. I was doing all the things. I was getting cocky. And so I was limiting myself to a certain space that didn't have poles and fences and trees and things that it can get caught in. So I was like, let me go over here in the danger zone because I wanted to go to another area. And so I went over this huge light pole and I went over the light pole perfectly. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to go back now. So I go back over the light pole. The kite loses the wind and it wraps around this 20-foot light pole.
Oh, yeah.
And I had this kite for 2 days, literally 2 days. And so it went around the pole so hard that it broke the lines off, which are very strong. And I sat there and I was like, I just had a really good day. And when you have a good day, you want to have another one. You want to keep doing it, keep getting better. So I want to fly this kite some more. And it just broke in front of my eyes. And so I like, don't know why, but I just was like, all right, well, let's figure out how to get this thing down. And then I'll learn how to tie Boy Scout knots and put this thing back together. But like, that was the moment. I sat there and I just like, very easily when I was younger, I could have just thrown a bunch of cuss words out and like, been extra aggressive and pulling it down and probably breaking more things. But I was like, it's okay. At the very least I could get another one or I could learn how to fix it. I'll probably know more about the kite because I'm having to put it back together.
Yeah.
But that was an easy instance where I could have blown up. And yours too, because that you flooded the whole house.
Yeah. I don't like dollar signs going off. You know what I mean? It stressed me out. I'm not saying it didn't stress me out, but I didn't react to it. And I want to do that more, but it's like situational. You know that? So did you take that thing that Kayla sent? Those questions, the EQ test and all that? There was a question in there like, how do you respond to stress or something? And I started thinking about it. And my answer was, it depends. I'm not like, it depends, right? It depends did I work out that morning? Did I get enough sleep the night before? Did I eat well the day before? Did I have a shitty day at work? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not the same. I can't respond the same way every time. Then I started thinking a little deeper. Well, then that's where like consistency comes from of like, you know what you need to do, or I know what I need to do to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
And I need to do that. And when I don't do that, those curveballs can make me react a little bit more.
Yeah. It's very interesting. So this whole process we're talking about is like a mindset evaluation. We just had a recent guest on that specialized in this, but they gave us, your typical evaluations. I think it's EQ, which is your like emotional test, and the other one is more about what? Mindset. So we took these 2 surveys, and then it's like asking you questions about how you react to things or how you work. And do you want easy task or hard task or whatever? Do you want to learn, or do you want to just get it done? And I think it's really important. I'm getting excited because it's exciting to think about diving in to why you're the way you are.
Yeah.
And finding out what it is. I think we go for years and years and we don't do like any self-evaluations. Like therapy is kind of frowned upon, I think, sometimes, but you work through a lot of your shit that's like unresolved.
Yeah.
You have so much stuff in your head that you don't even know that's unresolved. And I think I know that because I've spoke about things like maybe like my upbringing, and I like say it out loud for the first time, and I'm like, and I notice it, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know I thought that way. And then that helps me process situations differently, because I know now that why I could be that way. Why am I more angry, or was more angry in the past than if you can find out why you are. It's just that I think it's beneficial rather than just going around not knowing what's going on with you,
Yeah.
But what did you think about the question? The questions are kind of hard. They're kind of broad. It's like,
yeah, some of the questions. God, there was another one where I wrote. So we had, how she made you answer you had to write 4 sentences.
Yeah.
There was one of the questions where,
like, your goals.
Yeah. Oh, no. It was the first one, the mindset one of like, do you at work? Are you afraid of getting in trouble or something like that? Like, do you accomplish goals, but are you afraid to get in trouble? And the question like right before it was, how often do you take risks or something like that? Mm-hmm. And I felt like those questions were, again, situational. Like, what kind of trouble do you mean? Like at work, I like taking a little risk. I like working in the gray lines of stuff. But not so much in my personal life. I don't like to work in the gray line. I like a defined thing. But what do you mean trouble? You know what I mean?
I think you have to answer it for your like your personal life if you want to.
I think it was a work question though. It was like at work.
Oh,
yeah, like what kind of trouble? Because I like it's fun. Like, and I think I wrote like I work in technology and innovation at work, so it's fun to work in those gray lines and like outside of a normal process.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And that's like a little bit of trouble.
Well, trouble's just is pretty much bad.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like what, like trouble, like, are you afraid to get fired? Because I'm not afraid to get fired. And with the things I'm doing, I'm not going to get fired, but I like to blow up some stuff every now and then.
Yeah. I don't think trouble, in my mind, I don't think trouble means fired. It's just like someone's going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Talk to you about it. So
some
in
of
that case.
some of those questions, there was a lot of nuance to them. Did you have life goals?
I mean, I answered all of them, but it's hard to, of course. I mean, I have obvious ones that probably everybody does.
Yeah.
I want to get under 200 pounds, which people want to lose weight oftentimes. I want to try to meditate more, take time, because I think that's important. I also want to read a book, at least one a quarter. I did that for a while.
Yeah.
There for a while when I was reading I told you about a couple of books. That's when I read that fruit one too.
Yeah.
So I want to do that, expand my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Mix up my thoughts, maybe create a new interest. I think there's one more, right? We had 4.
There's
a
questions.
very weird one, but I want to remember names.
Oh, that's a good one.
I set out a goal during that whole thing when I was reading book. It's kind of going back to what I was doing anyways, but I'm terrible at remembering names. Like as soon as you're saying it, I'm forgetting it. Yeah. So when I was trying to learn, I was real intentional about getting the name, when they say it, and then saying it a lot during our first conversation.
Right.
Because a lot of times I'm scared to say it like right away because I'm scared it's wrong.
Yeah. That's
a big problem with me. I'm scared of being wrong. So that's probably gonna be a finding that I have. I don't want to. If I thought your name was John, but I didn't quite know, I wouldn't risk it to say it.
You got to figure out how to. Hey, how do you
pronounce your name?
Yeah, how do you spell it? I'm putting it in my phone here.
My best one is what's do you go by a nickname? Like, no, just John. Oh, okay, got your name.
Nope. What if they answer? Nope.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I would fuck around some more. I don't know.
Not at all.
So just what is
it? So what's your name?
Well, after that so what do you go by then?
Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to work on is being more present. So when I took the mindset test, I feel like they're all pretty spot on with it. Everyone could take the test and they'll probably be right on. I think some of those tests sometimes are kind of full of crap, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But I think going through the exercises are good. But it was you're a very driven person and you're like time oriented and like the details and your goal and looking at what needs to be accomplished. And that's very much me, but almost to a fault to where I can't enjoy the present because I'm always thinking about something that has to be done tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even where I want to turn that around is with my family, because enjoy time with my kids instead of, we put them to bed at 8 and sometimes I do homework between like 9 and 10. So I'm thinking when I'm spending time with them, I'm, from 7 to 8 or whatever time it is, I'm thinking about, all right, I'm going to go open my laptop. I have to go log in, but I need my calculator because I'm going to, I'm going through the steps already and I'm not really present.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something that I want to work on and be like, and have more patience because I don't have, my patience are shitty.
I think it's gotten better.
You think so? No, I don't think so.
I think so.
I'm not a very patient person.
Patience is hard in the world of abundance.
Yeah.
I don't know. What were the 2 questions? The 2 questions were like freaking broad. Like it was like, what is your 2 life?
Yeah. What are your
accomplishments that it
was what are your 2 goals you want to accomplish this year, and then what are your 2 life goals?
Yeah, it was your life goals. So
yeah, my life goals, I had one, but my other one, it made me reflect. I didn't have I didn't have like multiple life goals. I have little goals that I do every year I write stuff that I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Right? But I never have it written out for like a 10-year period. And I go, well, I know I need to do that because it keeps you looking at the bigger picture. That's another thing. Like even at work, I do the same thing, and I do it in my personal life. I concentrate on the here and now, and not so much like bigger picture.
Yeah,
I think I'm very much like I need to do this now. I need to accomplish this now, and not so much like from a strategic perspective.
Yeah, I think being present is hard to understand, but I just thought about it now. It's like I think that it's like whenever you go through the whole day and you don't even know what you did, like that you did homework or you took care of the kids or whatever, and then when you go a week and you don't know what you did, it's not being present.
Yeah,
but you'd have the times when you are very, like you can say on vacation because you don't have it's like distractions. Distractions will make time just go quickly, and it's good. But then you weren't there.
Yeah,
you're not there. You're doing like the next task, and maybe when you're doing homework, you're thinking about feeding the kids, or when you're feeding the kids, you're thinking about homework. You're not there.
Yeah, 100%.
So that that's what I think is being present. And I think that's easier to understand for me than just the loose term that's being thrown around. It's like, you need to be there when you're there. Yeah. Shut everything. It's hard to do, but you just shut everything down and find value in like, in that, like, just us like going out to eat, right? Like that takes time away from you, like going to do homework or getting the kids or doing stuff. But there's like a little bit of value in that, because then you're strengthening a relationship with us or whatever. But like, so I see a lot of value in things I do throughout the day. Like I'll not do something I need to do something else because I think that it lacks. Right. Especially with friends, like hanging out with Corey. I haven't done it in a while. I make sure that happens because we need to. I value that friendship. I want to keep it up. Right. And so I'm gonna like set aside shit I probably need to do to go do that. Right. And be present with him. So
no, that's good.
So I was that. I mean, all that evaluation and especially like. I think the last thing we wrote was what are you going to apply? No.
Oh yeah.
That was there, but the end one is like working on my relationship too. It's like there's so much that we do, right? And you do more. We're editing these podcasts, going to school, going to work, just got a new job, and then all this political crap going on in the world. And then it's just hard to focus on the relationship all the time. So that's another way of just being present, like shut it down, put a time limit on, I'm just going to devote an hour to this and then I'm done.
Right.
Or knowing you have to work on something, but your deadline's not, you have 2 more days or something. Just say, all right, I'm just going to sit on the couch and be here and talk.
Yeah. That's something I need, like even with our podcast, if I start it, and I don't care what time it is, I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
And then it turns into like a detriment or a task that's not fun anymore. And I do that, but I do that with everything. But the podcast should be fun. Like homework's not fun, right? But I do that too. Like instead of dedicating time, like just I'm going to work on it 45 minutes and then I'm going to go do something else. I don't do that. So in one way, I could say that I have really good time management because I get shit done. But in another way, you could argue that I really don't because I create stress in other areas of my life because of the way I manage my time.
Yeah, because that's the fit in that.
Yeah,
in that little puzzle.
The other, so one of the questions, I forget what it was. I forget what question it was, but I'm really bad at this. If I say I'm going to mow the grass tomorrow, and it rains, metaphorically or actually rains, and I can't do it, I'm mentally fucked that day. If I have a thing that I'm going to do and external factors come in, I'm not really good at pivoting.
Yeah. Pivoting.
You like that,
huh? I deal with the same crap in what I do. Like if I'm looking forward to like Courtney and I are going to hang out with these people or something, or we're going to go somewhere, like we're going to go on a vacation or something, I tell myself it'll be great, but I put it in the back of my mind that it's not going to happen. And I feel like with that, then I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah.
So because like, say me and Courtney are going to go eat pizza or whatever, and I'm looking forward to that, like 6:00. I'll say we're most likely going to do this, but I'll put in,
deposit one quarter.
I'll deposit a little bit that, it might not happen. And so when the time comes, I'm not like, I don't have my everything in to go eat pizza.
Yeah.
It's a very general thing to say, but I'm just in life, like just to know that it might not happen.
Right.
Helps prepare me with anything but it's hard to do that with everything.
No, it is,
because some things you need to go all in on.
Whenever we do just me and you, we need to
move.
Yeah, we need to set my neck's hurting right now. This uncomfortable thing here.
We need to get unfortunately, yeah, and then that turns into more editing.
Yeah, because these are nice where you can we should just look at each other through here.
Yeah. You taught me that though, about like not like breaking things down into little chunks. So when I'm editing, because I'm like with food and editing, like if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. Yeah. And with everything, activities, like I'm not. If it starts raining, I'm gonna finish. Like I'm like I have to. So I'm learning how to deal with that. But you told me just like you were talking about doing homework for like I'm gonna set aside 20 minutes. I was like I can't even log in my computer in 20 minutes. Like I'm not gonna get anything done. It's like taking a nap during the day. It's just gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
But I started editing 20 minutes, and then once 20 minutes up, I go. And then
sometimes I could do that, but not all the time.
If I have time, if it's like the next day, I need to do it all.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I go in waves too, and like I said, it depends. It all depends. Sometimes I'm better at practicing what I hear other people say works. Meditation, eating right, being physical, whatever. I'm good at putting what I've read and what I've listened to into practice if I set everything up for success. But the minute I don't and I deviate a little bit, like eating ice cream the other night.
Dude.
That set me up for failure the next day.
That's
and
terrible.
Today. Because I kind of want to do it again.
Fuck around.
Let's go.
I really learned from that. Like I don't think I've ever eaten ice cream with you that wasn't like dairy free. Yeah. So I may have once, but that's like I've been taught so many times in my life that I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
That like it doesn't really even cross my mind. I really enjoy ice cream like a lot. I used to eat a lot of it, but it's like it hits me real quick.
That was the first time I've like deviated from this animal-based diet in a long time.
Yeah.
I say a long time, in like 3 months maybe.
Yeah. We talked about that though. Like you need to do that to teach you why you're doing what you're doing.
It's not really for health anymore. I think that day solidified why I'm doing it. And it's to feel like the best I possibly can. Mm. It's not even because of a vain want. Like I want to look good. Cause everyone wants to look good, but I don't want to feel that way again. Cause I feel like shit, dude. I feel like absolute dog shit. Even today, I feel bloated still from today.
For real?
It's 2 days ago. Yeah.
This happened yesterday. Courtney left to go on vacation, and she bought me a box of Tiff's treats.
Oh shit! Dude.
And normally they're cookies, right? They make a bunch of shit though. It's like 3 of the craziest fucking brownies you can ever think of. Like one of them was like had chocolate chips and peanut butter chips on top, and then it was like I guess like peanut butter brownie, but in between was a candy bar. Like it was like a thick piece of chocolate, maybe a 1/4-inch piece of chocolate, and then there's brownie on the bottom. So when you bite, you're like, it's like a candy bar breaks off in your mouth too. And so that was one, and then it was like a crazy like fudge brownie, and then I think one with M&Ms. It was like just the craziest brownies. So I ate some that day. My point is I had one left, and I brought it to work yesterday, and I ended up bringing it in at probably like 2:00. I brought it inside, and I was like eating it or whatever. And dude, when like 4:00 rolled around, I could not keep my eyes open. I was debating, like, I was like, maybe I need to take a little nap, like in the chair. Could I possibly
take a nap?
Could I possibly close my eyes for a little bit? I was fighting to keep my eyes open. And it was like, I'm never tired like during the day like that. I didn't miss out on sleep. That thing knocked me out. It put me in like a little sugar coma.
I believe it. So we did it on Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day it was. I think I told you, I've been getting up at 4 every day for the last 3 months. And that next morning, my alarm clock went off and I said, nope. I told myself nope. And when I told myself nope, I was like, wow, this hasn't happened in a long time. Like I'm okay with this right now.
Yeah.
But it like wrecked my body, man.
Yeah.
But it was good. But even that, like I had to finish it. Like no one else finished it. The kids didn't even finish it.
Yeah.
But I fucking finished it.
Food has influence, man. When I was doing fruit, when I start eating healthy, I want to read. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like on Facebook, like I won't even read the headline. I don't want to even if it's interesting. I'm like, but when I'm eating healthier, I'll read you go down. I'll read the advertisements. Like I'm like, I want to know more.
Just reading everything.
I want to know more, and I want to read more, and I'll start looking up random, things that come to my mind. I'll immediately look it up. Like what does this word mean?
Yeah, what is a cell?
Yeah, but right now, the way I'm eating, I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing at all. I could care less. I don't want to read. Sometimes, you read, and then you just kind of start skimming, look for keywords. I do it though, and I'm not understanding shit when I do it, but I have to go through the process. I go through the motion. I was doing some training, and I was going and I was skimming, and I know it because it's like refresher training. But I'm like, why am I even skimming? I'm not retaining anything I'm reading.
It's like I'm so smart. I'm gonna get these keywords. I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah. It's so funny how fast you fucking forget. I did that whole training. I really did it for real. I read it all. And I'm like, fuck, you really do retain 10% of what you read. I don't know. Well, especially if you're not interested in it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I don't even know what I read. Yeah. But if I'm reading kiteboard and shit, I'm like, I'm in it, boy. I'm in it.
Doing math.
Yeah.
You hate doing
math.
Degrees and angles, but it's kiteboard because it's a little math.
Yeah,
it's math.
Yeah. If they taught me in a math way, I would probably learn it. But that goes back into the education stuff and that'd be cool. If we could just learn what we wanted to. But you got to benefit society and in some way, so you have to learn some of the stupid stuff.
We call it or what?
Yeah.
We'll get some ice cream.
Go get some ice cream. Go get a couple scoops.
You go to Sherbert?
Go get a little soft serve.
What's the place we went to?
Cold Stone.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I told everyone in my household agreed we're never going back there ever again. We all.
Is it because of what it did to us? Because it was good, right? Mine tasted hot. We had a shake and it was warm. It's not like ice cream cold, It's it tastes like it was.
You could work out 3 months and feel amazing, right? Because I've been feeling pretty good, and you have one day where you feel that way, and then it shouldn't be this way because it's really not, right? It doesn't mess with you, but it feels like you've lost everything. I don't know what that feeling is.
It's not, the ratio's not right. So you work out 4 months, and you could probably eat like shit for
3 days.
I'm trying to be conservative a little bit. Okay, let's say you can work out for a month, really good and eat clean, and then do one bad week
and lose it all.
And you could literally gain all the weight back. But you can't do the reverse.
No.
You can't, there's so much more you have to do to get it off than to put it back on.
What's the saying? Well, if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good.
All right, well, had fun, buddy.
You too.
Till next time. Pizza?
Bye now.